Hello, and welcome to the Technical Assistance webinar for the Laying Hen and Turkey Research Program for fiscal year 2023. NIFA's non-discrimination statement is shown here. The USDA and all of its agencies are prohibited from discriminating on demographic and other factors. This slide provides information to file a program discrimination complaint to the USDA, so please refer to the resources listed here as needed. We note that USDA is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender. I'm happy to introduce NIFA's leadership and the staff for this program. Dr. Deb Hammernick is the Deputy Director of the Institute for Food Production and Sustainability. Dr. Bob Godfrey is the Division Director for the Animal Systems Division of IFPS. Dr. Camilla Grant is a National Program Leader in the Animal Systems Division. Pushpa Cather is a Program Specialist with Animal Systems, and I'm Kathy Bjork, also an NPL in Animal Systems. The program staff who will be most intimately involved with this program are Camilla, Pushpa, and myself. In this webinar, we'll cover a general overview of NIFA, the Laying Hen and Turkey Research Program, details of the request for applications, the proposal evaluation process, and program resources. We'll start with an overview of NIFA. The National Institute of Food and Agriculture is the extramural science funding agency within USDA's Research, Education, and Economics mission area. NIFA supports initiatives for the long-term viability of agriculture and provides funding and strategic leadership for agriculture-related discoveries and technologies to be put into practice. NIFA conducts a vast array of programs covering related to food and agriculture, including agricultural animals, natural resources, economics, education, farming and ranching, food science, nutrition security, and crops. In the next section, I'll start with an overview of the LHT program and then cover program requirements and steps in the application process. The guidance in this webinar is taken directly from the RFA, and the page references in the RFA are noted in the upper right corner of the PowerPoint slide. Note that the purpose and priorities are taken directly from the authorizing language in the 2018 Farm Bill for high priority research and extension initiatives, 7 U.S. Code Section 5925. The overall purpose of the Laying Hen and Turkey Research Program is to improve the efficiency and sustainability of laying hen and turkey production through integrated collaborative research and technology transfer. In this program, partnerships are encouraged as a component of the integration of collaborative research. In addition, as part of the peer review process, priority will be given to those proposals found to be scientifically meritorious that involve the cooperation of multiple entities. On this slide, we've listed the program priorities from the authorizing legislation. These are available on page 6 of the RFA. Proposals should emphasize one or more of the following: disease prevention, including vaccine development and administration, diagnostics and early detection, disease resistance, and reducing pathogen transmission, antimicrobial resistance, which includes alternatives to antimicrobials, such as probiotics or prebiotics, antimicrobial technologies, and mitigation of multi-drug resistance. nutrition, which includes alternative and sustainable feeds and ingredients, gut health, including improvements to gut health that promote animal health, and research on the impacts of pathogens, commensals, and the microbiome, and alternative housing systems under extreme weather conditions, which includes use of precision technologies, enhanced monitoring to improve indoor air quality and biosecurity, and to control the spread of disease. The eligibility for applicants is broad. Eligibility includes state agricultural experiment stations, colleges and universities, university research foundations, other research institutions and organizations, federal agencies, national laboratories, private organizations, foundations, or corporations, individuals, or any group consisting of two or more of the entities listed above. Regarding duplicated submissions, NIFA does not accept duplicate submissions of the same proposal to multiple programs. If an applicant submits multiple applications that are duplicative or substantially overlapping to NIFA programs within the same fiscal year, NIFA will disqualify both applications. NIFA supports different types of projects within their mission of research, education, and extension. In this program, however, the only project type is research. We're using the AFRI reference for research projects, which is available on the NIFA website. NIFA also supports different types of grants, including standard grants, seed grants, and others. The LHT program only supports standard grants. For those interested, the link to AFRI grant types is provided here. Background information on research project types is provided here. Note the definitions of fundamental or basic research versus applied research. As we noted before, although this isn't an AFRI program, we apply the definitions and criteria for project types and grant types from AFRI. This program supports both fundamental and applied research. Research projects support fundamental or applied research, individual investigators, co-investigators in the same discipline, or multidisciplinary teams. Fundamental research increases knowledge or understanding of fundamental aspects of phenomena with potential for broad application and has an effect on agriculture, food, nutrition, or the environment. Applied research includes expansion of the findings of fundamental research to uncover practical ways in which new knowledge can be advanced to benefit individuals and society. And again, note the grant type is standard, which supports targeted, original scientific research projects. Regarding the matching requirement, the program RFA states that non-federal matching funds are required, and the source of these funds is described in the RFA. The requirement for matching funds to be waived is similar to that from the AFRI program's waiver. NIFA may waive the matching funds requirement if the results of the project are of benefit to a specific agricultural commodity, but the results are likely to be applicable to agricultural commodities in general. Also, NIFA may waive the requirement if the project deals with a minor commodity, scientifically important research, and the grant recipient is unable to satisfy the requirement. We'll now cover some application details and documents. Regarding the application, the RFA is available on the NIFA website at the link provided here. The application deadline is 5 p.m. Eastern Time, June 13th, 2023. Applications are to be submitted through grants.gov. Be sure that your entity has a UEI number for submission to grants.gov. On grants.gov, the program code is LHTR. The total funding available is $927,258, and the maximum funding per award is $465,000. NIFA anticipates making 2 awards, one for laying hen and one for turkey production. The grant duration is up to 36 months. Note these key documents for your application. These are required, and applications may not be accepted if these forms are not included in the application. We'll cover the main forms in the next few slides. Note that these are all listed in the RFA on pages 11 and 12. The project narrative is listed to 18 pages, single-spaced, 12-point font with 1-inch margins. Do not change these parameters, such as reducing the margins, as they will be checked. In these 18 pages include an introduction, rationale, objectives, approach, and timeline. The data management plan is a separate required document. The DMP is up to 2 pages and specifies the data types, formats, storage, preservation, sharing, protection, and public access, and the roles and responsibilities for who will manage the data. Indirect costs are 30% of the total federal funds provided, or your institution's official negotiated indirect cost rate, whichever is lower. The NIFA Grants Application Guide is an essential document for preparing and submitting a proposal. The URL for the guide is provided here. Note that NIFA only accepts electronic submission of applications through grants.gov. NIFA requires all documents to be in portable document format or PDF. We'll now cover the evaluation process for proposals. This schematic shows the flow of the process. Proposals are reviewed by at least 3 reviewers with expertise in the topic. Each reviewer produces an individual written review of their assigned proposals, evaluating the strengths and weaknesses. The written reviews are used to prompt panel discussions with others on the review panel. After the proposal is discussed in the review panel, the panel gives it a final rating and then assigns it a ranking in relation to the other proposals submitted to the program. NIFA has provided the evaluation criteria for the program on pages 14 and 15 of the RFA. They are the scientific merit of the application, and note that NIFA seeks to fund the proposals that the review panel considers the most meritorious. Second, reviewers will evaluate the qualifications of the personnel, the adequacy of the facilities, and the management of the project. Finally, reviewers evaluate project relevance. Be sure to review and familiarize yourself with the evaluation criteria in the RFA. The timeline of competitive programs is provided here. In the first 1 to 2 months, the RFA is released, and this period ends with the deadline for applications. Once applications are received, the proposals will undergo the peer review process, and funding recommendations and notifications will be made. This will take place over 2 to 3 months. In the final 1 to 2 months, awards are finalized through NIFA's awards management system. Note that this timeline may be somewhat compressed as the funds for this program are limited to fiscal year 2023, and they must be obligated before the end of the fiscal year on September 30th. We have a few more notes to make you aware of. The NIFA events calendar is available on the NIFA website, and the upcoming RFA release calendar is also on the NIFA website. Further resources are available at numerous NIFA websites, and these are listed here, including funding opportunities, the competitive grants flowchart, NIFA grant resources, NIFA policy guide, indirect costs, and NIFA's grants.gov application guide. We welcome any questions regarding the program, RFA, or proposal process. Please reach out to any of the program staff listed here if you have questions. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your interest in the Laying Hen and Turkey research program. We look forward to hearing from you and working with you in the next few months.